I've placed my Facebook Live on 3 different sections. This is a continuation. I plugged in my charger. I'm hoping, I'm using the battery charger. I hope this works. I wanted to read a poem to you, so feel free to tell me what you think. But I'm just giving honor to the creation, to Mother Sun, or Papa Sun, Mother Eartha, Sister New Rain, and Brother Shu Wind. The 4 corners of our existence that we need, the vital energy that we need in our lives. Today is the Equinox, and I just want to give a tribute. So at this point, I'd like to share a poem. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to share my poem. My phone is not sophisticated enough. I'm wanting to read the poem, but this is my way of giving a sharing of energy for today. I am Sister Nuta Beksu Aminra Moses Eo. That is a complicated name, so I'll talk about my name and I'll maybe read my poem at a later time. But I'm here at Brush Creek over by the Freedom Fountain, the first and I believe only African American designed and constructed sculpture that is a water fountain here in the Kansas City of Fountains. And there was a great neglect that had taken place where for 2 years or more the fountain was neglected, and now the fountain has been removed and they got some money going on after a little bit of controversy. I know I did it too. Created controversy and brought attention to the fact that the fountain was neglected and the money had been diverted to the city power and right district. But with that being said, they're doing the remodeling and construction work on the fountain. I did not see any African American contractors that did that repair. And that's where I am as far as making that connection, that we as a people, we as melanin people, we are connected to the earth. We are the first humans. We are the original humans. And we are the ancestors of all other human people. There are no races. There's humans. And when you break down that word, hum and man, you break down that syllable, it brings an illumination of understanding. And that we are not connected necessarily to the United States. I don't connect myself to the United States. I connect myself to America, and I make a distinction. America is the innocent, beautiful land, the resources, the water, the trees, the animals, nature. That is America to me. I consider a citizen of America, and I consider myself a part of creation and connected. I am a spirit having a human experience. And so a dinike was given to me by my Yoruba family. The Amalolu Oyeleye was the gentleman who I encountered when I was going to college. He actually shared his knowledge and he was an import-exporter of African products, and his family decided to import exclusively exotic woods and shea butter. And he was the first to bring shea butter products and manufacture them here in the United States. And he began to be a mogul. But before then, I was a student. He was a business owner. He traveled around Kansas City metro area, and his family named me Adenike. Adenike is a Yoruba, usually traditionally a Yoruba name. Yoruba are people or family found in Nigeria. There is Igbo. There are a lot of other cultures, but I recognize Igbo and I recognize the Yoruba. The Yoruba, he was able to trace his lineage from Yoruba to Hausa, from Hausa to the Dogon, from the Dogon to the Tuareg, and from the Tuareg to Kemet. And it stunned me. And so, but Adenike means the crown. Ede is the crown. Nike is precious. Adenike. And I took that name and made that my own as far as identifying with my own ancestral cultural families. I know I may not be a Nigerian per se from that people, but I believe that there is one source, one mother, melanin mother queen, who gave birth to all of the humans that we know now. And that if this gentleman was able to trace his family from Kemet, from northern Kemet, they were pyramid builders, and they traveled through the Tuareg, they traveled down to the Nogon, they traveled to the Hausa, and then they became the Yoruba Nigerians, and they were able to trace that Ifa comes from the ancient Kemetic spirituality. That was very profound to me. And then Amenra came because that was my first study group of individuals who were reading Aztec books and connecting on the level as scholarship. My first encounter with understanding creation and life and our connectedness, our ancient ancestry, the metaphysics, the sciences came from that study group. And those members changed their name to Amenra. And so we are one family. And so Adenike, Amenra. And then my African spiritual name is Nuta. Nuta Beksu. Nuta is a multiple level of information. Nu is the primordial waters. Nut is the celestial sky goddess. And Ta is presence or location or connectedness or place, land. So Nuta. Beksu. Beksu means beckon forward or calls me to. So heaven gives me balance is the meaning of my name. Nuta is heaven. Beksu, giving me balance, calling me to balance. And this is the equinox. The equinox is Ma'at, because the days are just as long as the nights now. And tomorrow, the day will be a little bit longer, where before the night was the dominant. Now it's equal, and then tomorrow it will be a little bit longer. The day will be longer, and the night will be shorter. And then you will have the solstice of the summer that will occur, where the longest day and the shortest night will occur. Versus in December, the winter solstice, where the longest night and the shortest day, where the sun essentially dies for 3 days and is resurrected. These seasonal time periods are what we as ancient Kemetic and ancient people celebrate and acknowledge. So, Nuta, Beksu, Amenra, Moses. Moses is the water bearer. Moses is, it's a little complicated in my understanding or my connection with that name. I love Harriet Tubman. She was Mother Moses, and so I connect with her. I identify with her. She was the gateway as the Underground Railroad Queen. She was the one who brought our people to a level of understanding, a wake up to the fact that we are enslaved, living under this system, and that she brought us a way out. So Mother Moses is my spirit guide, one of my spirit guides. And then Moses being the water bearer. Also in the stories, the biblical stories, Moses was crowned as a prince. He lived with the royal family in Kemet, and he knew the 177 gnome societies, which are reflected in the 177 virtuous laws. I'm wondering how many people knew that. And then the 42 virtuous laws are the core of what was written. But all of these virtuous laws represent a community and the lesson that they learned. And so each salutation or acknowledgement of the law of Ma'at was a lesson that they learned, and it represented the totem of that gnome. So Moses took the 42 virtuous laws from Kemet and condensed them to the 10 laws, the 10 Mosaic laws. And so that understanding and that connection, he also built an ark. And that ark is ancient Kemetic, and that the wings that were connected are Ma'at, and the balance between the two Ma'at created an ark. So the Ark of the Covenant is really a literal ark of electrical energy, and there is electromagnetic energy, and the pyramids were mounds. They were built for aquaphors. They were built to work with electromagnetic energy, and they use sonar and other forms to create the pyramids. But with that being said, that's my power energy with Moses. And then Eel, I did embrace. I have studied and been a part of many cultures, and I as I return to my ancient Kemetic spiritual system and practice what was brought to the Americas in the Natchez families. The Natchez actually practiced and spoke the ancient Kemetic languages and practiced the ancient way of life. So I identify with that. As above, so below, as within, so without. We are connected. And so there is a transfer of knowledge and energy over time periods. So I can say I am a Natchez because my mother was a Natchez, and her mother was a Natchez, and her mother was a Natchez, and her father was a Tutsi, and my father was a Choctaw. We are connected to this earth, to this side of the equator, as much as we are connected to Mother Africa. So I just wanted to share and invite you all. It's getting kind of cold. I said I was going to sit out here until the sun goes down. I've been here since around 3, and hoping that I would encounter friends and family that could join me. I would like to encourage you to pour a libation, pour some energy out, make a sacrifice, share something, and come to the water, come to the electromagnetic energy of Brush Creek. Promote and encourage the continuation of the Freedom Fountain, the first African-American designed fountain here in Kansas City, Missouri. Take your children out and connect with nature and teach them your ancestors. Teach them about your family lineage. But touch the grass. Come and get a pine cone. Pine cones connect to your pineal gland. And you let that child remember this day. This is an equinox. This is a day of balance. This is a day of Ma'at. And so you can actually venerate and create a pact for today. My reason for actually celebrating this is because of Saturday. What happened was a ritual sacrifice. It was a ghost spell that was cast on us, and sacrifices were made. And today we are breaking that spell. I am breaking that spell in my life, and I am moving forward in my way, in my culture, and I am embracing and encouraging the life in my family. Right now I'm going to leave. I'm going to head on over to Brooklyn. If you'd like to join me, give me a call. 816-839-7945 is my business phone number, and I'll post it up there. It's everywhere. If you really want to find me, I haven't hidden myself. You can email me. You can text me. If you know my cell number, you can text that and meet up with me